Welcome to the Pearled in Texas podcast. Today is Thursday, August 11th, and this is episode 29. This is primarily a knitting podcast. We're located in San Antonio, Texas, and we touch on a bunch of different fiber things, but primarily knitting and crocheting and quilting, a little bit of spinning, needle felting, I don't know, just whatever strikes our fancy. Sure. And I'm Elizabeth.
Oh, I'm Melissa.
I'm Carrie.
So welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and thanks for spending time with us. We really appreciate it. And welcome if you are a brand new viewer. So hopefully you'll enjoy your time.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the heart, the likes, and all the comments. They're fun to read. And thank you for letting us know that the volume was off.
Yeah,
last
something
time.
with our microphone last time.
We've done a little test this time, so hopefully we're better today.
Yep. And I apologize for my croaky voice. It sounded a bit froggy, but my sinuses have been really bad. So allergies are bad. We've had African red dust here in Texas, and it's kicking my butt along with work. Between the two, I'm surprised I'm alive.
You're so silly.
I know, but that's how I feel. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, breathing? Okay, I'm good.
Oh, you need to do more knitting.
I know.
Either that or more drinking.
Or more drinking. Yeah, I go for the drinking. Anyway, so I guess let's start with what we're wearing. You want to start, Carrie?
I am wearing a shawl of Melissa's that she let me take because it is so hot in Texas. I can't even tell you. It's 95 right now, but I bet you it gets to 100 and something.
Yeah.
This is the Excuse Me shawl by Stephen West. And it is made with Malabrigo in the gray and a Yowza skein. Do you remember what colorway that is?
I don't. I was part of the Yarn Carnival Club a long time ago.
Yeah.
So Miss Babs.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous shawl. So
it's really pretty.
It probably won't stay on very long.
No,
because it is so warm.
It's a thicker shawl.
It's definitely worsted weight.
And
even though I think Yowza is like called light DK or something like that, it's definitely warm. Yes. So thank you for letting me wear it.
You're welcome. And honestly, I don't even remember what this one is called.
But it's
so
beautiful.
Pretty.
I remember it was in one of the Buffalo yarn. Oh, I forgot what their name is.
Oh,
Buffalo.
is this the one that you needed an extra skein of or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like actually a poncho almost, right? Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
got like a buffalo silk. It's
gorgeous.
Nice, lightweight.
That explains the drapiness.
It is very.
It's really drapey.
I should wear it more,
You
but I
should.
don't.
Yeah, you should, especially in this 102-degree heat.
Okay.
Well, it's a perfect thing though to take like into restaurants and stuff with the air
Absolutely.
conditioning. You know,
If I
for
went
all
to a
your
restaurant, I definitely would do that. I go nowhere. I have no life.
Wear it in your car.
To the podcast.
To the podcast. That's right.
It's beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love the color too.
Thanks. And then yours is a ranunculus.
Yeah, this is one of my ranunculus sweaters that I knit, and it's done in I can't remember the yarn, but it's like a linen cotton blend.
Wasn't it a Debbie Bliss or something?
It might be. Might be.
It's in the project page. I'll link it all.
Yeah, we'll link it.
Link it all.
It's only I know I've worn it before and talked about it before, but it's hot and it's one of my only summer knits.
It's been hot. Yeah.
We've had I think a record number of over 100-degree days in a row. It's been. I'm like done. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to break.
Yeah, I'm like pumpkin spice, fall, everything. Just bring it on.
Oh, this is upside down. But yeah, I figured I need to get the pumpkin quilt done.
Oh, perfect.
Pumpkin
That's what
mojo
Fall
going.
is coming.
Fall is coming.
We're trying to will it here.
We're trying to will it here faster than normal.
Either that or some rain. We could use some rain
More
too.
rain.
I think we actually have a chance of it in the forecast today, where it has not been in the forecast for like months. My grass is dead. It's brown and yellow, and there's not a speck of green in my
Are you on
yard.
water rations in San Antonio?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm not usually a big waterer. I just usually let like nature do it. I'll go out and water every once in a while.
We just went on water rations, I think 2 weeks ago in Buda, but we're on our own water system.
Yeah, no, I think San Antonio has been a little bit longer.
Surprised if it wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't really watch the news, but I think my dad had told me
Yeah.
that he didn't have the automatic pump system at his house. He was having the hand do it, and he wasn't doing it as often as he should.
Yeah. We had a forest fire. It's so dry here. It's terrible. We had several forest fires in the county I live in, and one was like a mile and a half away from our home.
Oh, wow.
It was last
Terrible.
week. It was pretty nerve-wracking. The helicopters were circling, and
Wow.
2 neighborhoods over, there's a retention pond, and they were taking the helicopter with the bucket and getting water out of that and taking it across the street to the fire. But they got it contained pretty quickly.
That would have been
I think
nerve-wracking.
I think it burned maybe
Would have
like
been very
100
scary.
acres or something, or 80 acres. But it was scary. It was very scary. They were ready to evacuate people it was across the street from us, so they were ready to evacuate them, but then they got it contained enough they didn't have to. But forest fires terrify me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
one-
terrify me.
My husband's work, he works for a semi-custom home builder in New Braunfels, and they're building a model next door to their model, and the guys were doing something with metal, like grinding or welding or something.
Yeah, it'll do some sparks.
And that sparked, and then they had a fire. But their yard, I don't think they're paying attention to water restrictions or something, because I don't know, because we're
Maybe
in
they don't have
Comal
it 'cause,
County,
yeah.
so anyways, their yard was green enough, and it didn't.
And moistened.
Yeah, it
moistened
was
to not-
okay.
If it was my yard, whoosh, it would have gone up immediately.
Yeah. It's just so dry. So any rain we can get,
That'd be nice.
praying for it.
Yes,
So.
for sure. What do we,
All right.
whips or FO? Do we have
I don't have any opposed. I'm
have
going
two.
to apologize ahead of time. Carrie's carrying the podcast today.
gonna try.
Two times in a row. I was having thumb issues, so I've had to lay off my knitting, and then I started that Etsy shop with my bags, and I sold quite a few, and I had a little whirl of a go at it, and so I had to quickly make more bags, and so all my time has been pretty much sewing, which has been good because my thumb is now feeling a lot better.
That's great.
But I feel bad I don't have a lot of knitting content.
It's okay.
So sorry.
You're raising money for your niece.
Yes.
And that's awesome.
And thank you to everyone who purchased something. Everyone was so supportive, and it's really nerve-wracking for me to put that out there because it's like I'm so critical of my own work, and it's like
I think everybody is in a way,
I don't
especially
know.
if you want to put it out there to sell it, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because you've never, been that, done
Yeah.
that. So you're more of a gifter like myself. I would do the
Yes.
same thing if I ever made something and then wanted to put it online to sell it. I
Yeah.
would be just as critical.
So people are leaving really nice reviews and saying that the craftsmanship was good and stuff. So that makes me feel good. So I feel kind of a little relieved.
Sure.
That's because you're a good tester.
That's right. So
So I have 2 FOs, but one of Audrey, who's right over there, he can't see her, but she's listening. She's ordering groceries, I think, for Melissa to go pick up later.
oh nice.
Yeah, she will insert a picture, but I finished a pair of socks for Cody, which is Paige's boyfriend. He had a birthday recently. He's 28 years old, so
Nice.
to be young again. So it's his first pair of socks for me.
Wow.
So yeah.
That means
and
a lot.
And I don't think he really was all that interested in them at first. And I think his mother is very crafty. I'm not so sure that, I don't think she knits per se,
Yeah.
but I think she crochets, and she's got that, is that a cricket?
Yeah.
Or is it a cry cut?
Oh, I always call it cricket. Maybe it's a
I
cricket.
call it-
I don't know, but she makes those beautiful cups and hats and T-shirts. And when COVID was much more prevalent, she sewed several masks and fancy ones. Like Paige had one that said Paige across the side. So some nicer ones, craftier ones, I guess I should say. So, but I don't think she knits. So he was like, yeah, I think I would like a pair of her socks. And that was a year ago. So so I finally got him a pair for his birthday. And then...
Did he like them?
Yeah, he loved them.
Yeah.
And he said, so I got him something for his car. He got a car recently. He still has his truck, and he's always drove his truck. But he recently got a car. It was, with gas prices a few months ago and everything, he just decided to take the plunge. So I got him like a car washing kit or whatever. But I also got him one of those cup holder adapters where, like when you have a big, like a
Yes.
larger cup, or like a Yeti, or I think they've got Hydro flasks. Because Paige and Cody go to the gym all the time. So that big, thick, wide mouth ones, they don't fit in regular car cup holders. So I got him one of those that kind of expands it and makes it bigger to put one of those things
nice.
in. And he loved it. He said, but my favorite thing is the socks because I know you made it by hand. So yeah.
That's so nice.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And then I finished my July, and I finished it in July because I told myself this year I was going to do it within the month. And it might have been July 30th, I think, that I finished this. But this is the start of the third triangle, and I finished this clue. So.
I got this one done,
So,
and then I haven't touched it.
But that's good you got caught up with that one.
So that's
Yeah.
June.
So you're only 1 month behind.
So yeah, that's June, and then she has the yarn for July. This is July's color.
Yeah.
And then, don't you have your July?
It's my whip, yes. I started my July, but unfortunately, this is as big as it is. I haven't even stitched the center together yet, but I'll work on it this weekend.
I haven't stitched my center
get
either.
it finished.
I haven't either.
My new yarn, my August just shipped, so
So did mine.
Same.
hopefully I can get this done in like 2 days, and then the August one, I think it shipped yesterday, so it usually takes 2
2
days.
days.
So I might get Saturday, if not Monday. So hopefully I'll have this done this weekend, and then I
Uh-huh.
can start the other one.
So while this
That's
is
my
a whip,
plan.
it's still a FO because I finished it in
Yes.
July. So those are my.
We're counting it as an
I'm counting it. Socks and a blanket. So those are my only FOs.
Yep. So, okay. How about whips? I'll start.
You-
I thought this would be an FO, but I ran out of time yesterday.
She's really close.
I'm really, really close. So this is the I can't remember.
Midsummer Night
Midsummer
Shawl.
Night Shawl from Pietran of 50 Fabulous Knits, and Carrie showed hers. I just dropped there,
Last week,
but I'm getting very, very close. I have like
sorry.
I
That's my
finished
fault.
the final repeat of lace, and then I just have to finish my yarn or do another 8 to 10 rows and then bind off, and I'm done. And then I'll have to block it
So it'll be an FL for next time.
for next time, yeah. Even though you pretty much are seeing it. But I dropped all my yarn, sorry.
You probably have dog hair on it now, just so you know. Anything that touches our floor will have dog hair on it. It just happens.
I found a stray dog.
Oh.
She's a beautiful pet. I think maybe Weimaraner mix.
Oh.
And I can't keep her. I've called ACS Animal Control Services. They're picking her up tomorrow. I've had her for a little bit over a week, but she does not like the vacuum cleaner. Like she goes to attack that vacuum cleaner. She's like,
Oh my goodness.
you know, like trying to grab it in the whole 9 yards. So,
Oh my goodness.
if you think you have dog hair in this house right now, you
Okay.
could just like walk into my, because I haven't vacuumed since I tried to vacuum after I got her. So it's been almost a week. So it's pretty bad.
That's funny.
But, yeah. And I pull out that vacuum and she's just growling and going crazy. So
Does she get along with your other dogs?
she does. It took a couple of days. Pearl doesn't really get along with anybody.
Yeah, that's what I
Pearl
was
is
wondering.
just really Pearl. And, you know, she's kind of the old lady, but she's also told I haven't named the new girl because I'm not keeping her. So she has no name besides just pretty girl or hey you or get down.
Get down.
So, but Pearl has definitely let her know who is the boss in the household. So, yeah. But
That's funny.
yeah, they're picking. You know, you can't take them and go drop them off at that animal control
Oh, you
place
can't?
over at one. You know, you can't. You have to call
Oh,
311, the city, and make a ticket. Like it's literally a ticket. Like, you know, like I would do at help desk at my work or something. You create a ticket. It's called a service request, and
Yeah.
then somebody calls you and they tell you, you know, it's going to take about a week for us to get there. Do you have her trapped? And I said, yeah, I have her. She's in the house. She's here. You know, I'll feed her and, you know.
Is
keep
that
her-
because they're so full?
And I think
I know
too
we have
many
so
people,
many stray dogs
They
in
are
Texas.
full, and I think a lot of people were just surrendering. Is that the word I'm looking for? And it's really
A
sad.
lot of people can't afford.
It's really sad, but
Oh, that is
it
sad.
it is a kill shelter, but they do have they have a contract with Animal Defense League.
Yep.
So when they get younger, healthier dogs, which I really feel she's going to fall into this category, they have a contract with Animal Defense League for them to take them over there, and that's a no-kill shelter. But I will put my eye. They have a euthanasia list, and if she goes up to be euthanized, I will contact them and foster her until she can get a home, because
Oh,
I
that's
don't
good.
want her to be put down,
No,
but I
yeah.
can't keep her
Yeah.
forever. I just can't.
Drop
It's just
my yarn. Sorry.
it's just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too much at my house. So,
Yeah.
especially since I can't vacuum while she's there.
You were shoveling dog hair.
I'm gonna have dog hair this high within like a month. So,
That's
Yeah,
funny.
so it is kind of sad, but anyway.
Aw. How do you know how old she is, or
At first I thought she might have been like Jackson's age, around 3 or 4, but as playful as she gets now that I've had her a little bit longer, I wouldn't be surprised if she's still a puppy, like
Oh wow.
like 9 months to a year and a half.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. I have no idea.
Wow.
I don't know how to gauge that on humans, let alone dogs. So
Yeah, they
but,
check
I'm
on the
like,
teeth. They can tell usually.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at her. I mean, she
Yeah,
looks
vet
pretty
would have
young.
to-
She's not any older than Jackson.
Yeah.
But she's much more playful. So that leads me to believe she's more puppyish.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
Cool. All right. So what are you working on?
So I figure fall is coming, so I should probably finish this pumpkin quilt.
it's a beautiful
I just have to hand sew the bindings, so it takes a little bit of time. But once you start, it's kind of like soothing, you know? But otherwise,
I love that striped binding up.
I like it. Another thing is a friend of mine, Jennifer, I sent her a pattern, and we both started these like Christmas Eve.
No shame, no judgment here. You go, girl.
So I'm using, if you remember, I started a pair of socks from the Sabby Skeins Cult Classic Club, and these were named after the dude sweater, the dude socks, and you were supposed
yeah.
to make the dude socks out of them.
But
I
you
didn't
weren't feeling them.
I didn't like how tight my floats were on the sides while using magic loops, so I pulled it apart and then
Started this one.
started this one, and this is called, let's see here, Favorite Things Socks by Backwood Knits.
Oh.
That reminds me of The Sound of Music.
Oh yeah. That sounds.
So they're pretty fun so far, and I tried to do 2 at a time because if it's been a while since I've actually knit a pair of socks, I will definitely have second sock syndrome. So
I do
these
the same.
are them so far.
They look great.
It has like the Latvia braid on here.
I've
and
never
here.
done that. Is that complicated?
No, it's just like 3 rows,
Okay.
and then
It's really pretty.
And then I haven't done a heel flap and a gusset in a while either, so that was really kind of fun. So yeah, so I was working on these.
Are those for you or? For
Yes,
Oh, nice.
they're for me.
They're gonna be nice.
Yeah, I think so. And then my excuse for not working on my blanket, because it's on
It's a
size.
good. It's a great excuse.
It's dumb because I actually do have a size 7 in the little Chigu short needles.
But I had to remind her of that.
Yes, she did. So the size 7 is what is called for the ribbing on the sleeves of the Love Note sweater that we were supposed to finish months and months and months ago, but I have too many projects.
You
So
have a lot going
a
on.
little bit, but so I'm almost there to.
I think it looks great.
I think that is absolutely gorgeous.
I love the
It
color.
is one of my favorites ever. I
Yeah.
think the color is just stunning. The subtle variegation, like of the tonal, it's just in person. It's so beautiful.
It's very
So
beautiful.
I'll finish the sleeve and do the neck, and then the rest of the yarn I'll use to do the rest of the body because I know it looks really short.
Yeah, especially for you.
And a really wide neck.
Like a bustier.
Hopefully I'll have enough yarn to make the body longer.
You will. You'll be fine.
So those are the main things I've been working on.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, Carrie, what are you working on?
I have far too many things that I'm working
Blankets?
on. Far
Any
too- and
blankets?
You know what? I have 3 blankets that I'm working on.
Oh my God, that's a surprise. Aren't you all surprised that Carrie's working on a blanket?
And their baby blanket.
Plus this one, that's 4.
Stop
So
my heart. She's working on a blanket.
this is the Nuvum cotton blanket for Nina and Shannon, which is Darlene's nephew and niece.
This
So
has gotten really big.
I am past the 50% mark according to my spreadsheet, but I still got a lot to go, and the shower's at the end of this month. So,
Ooh.
but if I don't make this shower is very early. She's not due until December, but her sister is also expecting, and I believe due in November, but her sister can no longer travel after August to to give Nina the shower. So that's why they're having the shower in late August.
Okay.
So even if I miss the actual shower, I can because I won't be going to Amarillo for the shower, but I was going to send it with Darlene.
Yeah.
I can still mail it to her.
Yeah.
So, and then Paige talked me into starting a blanket for her.
Oh, really?
Do you remember the Good Vibes throw? I made one for Darlene this is a Tony Lipsy pattern. TLC Yarn Crafts or something.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've made one for Darlene for her RV, and then I've made several in baby size, and then I made one for myself, and now Paige
My
wants
mom is
one.
making one.
Paige wants one. So the colors are just green, honey, and like a cranberry. And you just keep striping it, and I haven't woven all the ends and stuff, so it still needs to be trimmed and everything.
Very
But,
nice.
yes.
It's very pretty. I remember the one you made for yourself.
Yeah. These colors are very similar because mine were also like an
Yeah.
aubergine and a green, but more of a burnt orange than a honey.
Right.
But I picked these for Paige out of what I had. And then, speaking of babies and baby showers, Paige sends me a message. She asks me to pick up Antonio on a certain day for school or whatever, and I said, yeah, sure. And I said, but I'm going to take him on the 27th for something else for golf. And she's like, okay, but we've got a baby shower that afternoon. I said, on the 27th? And I said, yeah, but what time? I'll be done by 2. And she says, it won't be till the evening. It's Cody's cousin, and this is a wedding that Paige and Cody went to Houston to go see the wedding, and it's one of Cody's very close cousins. So she's like, do you think you could make a pom-pom blanket for the baby?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have any idea how long it's been since I've made a pom-pom blanket?
Wow.
Those are, yeah.
I think
And it's this month?
August 27th.
Oh. Paige, give her some more notice.
Yes. I sent her the colors that I had because
Oh,
you
the
can't
colors
buy,
are
I
pretty.
remember that.
you can't buy yarn for this anymore. And I have
need
a
to bring this
ton
back.
in the garage. But I have 16 skeins of this, so it knits up pretty quickly. So I'm confident I'll be able to finish it. I only have 16 skeins, so if I do a skein a day, because today's the 11th, and this is already on skein 3,
Oh, okay.
so it's not.
I remember that yarn. When
I have
came
it.
out.
I have it in red. I have it in yellow. I have it in white. I have it in a variegated with green, yellow, and red. I mean, it used to come in like a hot pink. I've made in like a lime green. I made Paige a lime green and brown one. I think I've made like 8 of these blankets. And then I didn't make them for like 8 years. And Paige is like, pom-pom blanket. And I'm like, where is my pom-pom yarn? I had to dig it out of the garage. So
But
That's
at least you had
fine.
it in stash.
Yeah.
That's good. And you're getting rid of stash.
And
I
that'll
am.
work for our
And
gift
it's all
along.
stash. It's all
Yeah.
stash.
That'll work
So
for our gift along.
it will.
Speaking of which, our gift along, people have been cranking out some little projects.
They have.
Yeah, you
They
guys are doing a
have.
great
Yeah.
job.
They have.
So we appreciate everyone's participation.
I've enjoyed seeing all the different hats, and there's a blanket in there, and those cute little hearts, the little heart ornaments, and
ornaments,
stuff. Yeah, they're
yes.
so cute. I've
Those
started.
are for charity, right? She's,
Uh-huh.
I think she's
Yeah.
doing a lot for charity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And,
nice.
I started on an ornament like the one where you put around a glass ball, but I haven't finished it because people need to stop reproducing. Was actually talking with.
Gotta stay away from the water there.
I was actually texting with Jennifer the other day. I was like, I'm up to my eyeballs in baby blankets. People really need to stop reproducing. Don't they know I'm a selfish person and I want to be knitting for me? I don't want to be knitting for everybody else, but
I've never knit one single baby blanket. Isn't that
no,
funny?
I haven't
I've
done
knit
several.
a couple baby sweaters, hats, but never a blanket.
I have. And then
I guess
my
I'm
last
selfish.
I'm
You can have a sweater.
on top of selfish, but and then I can't show you this project because it's top secret. It's a test knit that I do every year, but I have to show you the beautiful yarn. I'll show you guys later.
Okay.
Isn't this gorgeous?
Ooh, that is very pretty.
See it peeking out?
Nice.
Just peeking out.
You're a tease, Carrie.
You guys will get to see this in December, what's being made. And I knit this Advent stole of Bridget Cox every year. She lives in the Netherlands. She's knit 3 hearts on Ravelry. She has some gorgeous Advent stoles, and I test knit for her almost every year. I don't think I did it the first couple of years, but I do it every year since then. And I just love the color. I mean, I am not a turquoise person. This is called Ice Baby. It's Emma's yarn, and I think I showed it as stash a while back, and I purchased it just for this project.
Beautiful.
I like how it matches the sheep.
That's
here.
fine.
Oh,
That's how I picked the bag for
Perfect.
it. I always try and match my bag to
That's perfect.
my knitting, but I've been doing a lot on this too. So I have a whole skein done already. So
Nice. Wow.
so
Great.
that's it.
All right.
We were talking a little bit about how knitting at work helps you concentrate.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Did
might
you
have
try
to do
it
that.
yet?
No, because we
Okay.
were learning how to like geotag things.
Oh.
When you Google, I'm not sure all of it, but I did it a couple times.
I don't know what I was
I
doing,
don't
but
know
I
what
did
I was
it.
doing, but I did it.
I was successful.
That's
That's what
funny.
matters.
That's funny.
Knitting does help me concentrate. Years ago, I was texting them the other day. Years ago, a knitter friend, she's a physician's assistant, and she goes to a lot of medical conferences. And I was mentioning that I had a data conference coming up. This is like 7-8 years ago. It was a long time ago. And she goes, don't you take your knitting to the conference? And I said, no, why would I take my knitting to a conference? I said, I'd take it for like in the hotel room afterwards or whatever. She says,
Yeah.
I take a knitting to all my conferences. She goes, try it. And I thought, what are people going to think if I'm pulling out knitting in the middle of you're in the middle of an auditorium. This is clearly pre-COVID, and hundreds of people you've never met before are all coming to this conference and everything. And so she said, just try it. Just get like a sock, just, regular plain stockinette sock, and just knit while you're listening.
Yeah.
And she said, you will be surprised at how much more you retain. And I did it. And it really made a difference. Instead of falling asleep, in the middle of the conference, I really felt like I had retained so much more information during that conference than any other conference I had been to prior.
Yeah, that's interesting because I'm sure that that's very true. And I know even if I sit in through like a Zoom meeting and I'm knitting down below where no one can really see it, I do retain more. But the perception by the others in the conference
is that you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Like I would never pull
Stigma.
out something with like color work and some major lace where I've got to tink and count back or anything. But
flip
just
through charts.
have 5 charts in front of me, or pull out my knit companion and go through or whatever. But if it's just like my favorite knitting is just knit. So if it's just something like this with an increase every other row or something, it was very helpful for me.
Yeah.
But I can see where the perception to others.
Yeah.
I like literally had it just in my purse and I pull it out and I just and of course I sat at the back corner
Incognito.
in the dark,
Yeah.
Here's a good question. What is the weirdest place you've knit in public?
Oh.
That would be a good question.
probably
right?
the conference for me.
I have knit at the Grand Canyon.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's awesome. I've knit at a rot rally.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've knit in any.
I've knit at a
bizarre
car
places.
show, rot rally.
I mean, the
I didn't mean to
beach.
switch the subject,
No,
but if you guys want to comment too, it would
Yeah.
be fun to hear. But yes, I held my knitting over the side to try to get a selfie.
Sure.
And then Trevor, my husband, was like taking a picture too of me being crazy.
That's
Living
kind
on
of
the edge,
cute.
literally.
Yes.
I think I remember being at that rot rally and posting a picture of me knitting socks, and I posted it. I don't think there was Instagram yet, but I think there was Facebook. And I posted a picture, and I think I put, I'm confident I'm the only person at this entire rally.
Oh, I think
Yes,
I
I
remember
remember
that.
that.
Yes, I do
Yeah, like
remember that.
I was
think you said that.
100%
Yes.
certain I was the only person
Yes.
at those grounds knitting. So it was kind of funny.
One time around Halloween, we did the Fright Fest at Six Flags, and I made one of the zombies hold my sock, and I took a picture of it.
That's kind of cute.
That's funny.
She's all like,
That's hysterical.
you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like,
Oh my gosh. That was
I
funny.
think I took another one with like a squirrel. Because if you go in New Braunfels, they have this park called Landa Park, and the squirrels are pretty tame there.
Yeah.
They eat like peanut M&Ms and all sorts of things. You have to be careful not to get bit.
Squirrels get
But
on a
I
sugar
put-
high.
Sure.
Zoom.
Yeah, I have a squirrel with my sock.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Melissa has a tip for everyone on, we were talking about this the other day, about how we store our knits and things. And she had one really good idea. I'll get it for her.
So my daughter Audrey was telling me I need to organize my closet. I'm like, I don't know what to do with all my shawls and stuff. So I had these pant hangers. So we organized them by color.
You can
We have
see
about
it's
3
the-
or 4.
Yeah, it's like
So
where
you
you would
kinda-
normally put pants and you just put a
That
shawl on
zooms
there.
around.
Yep. So it kind of like the way you slide it in, you can kind of see it a little bit. You know, the
That's
layers.
a good idea, I think.
You can absolutely see the layers.
So.
It's a great idea.
And you could have like one for different colors.
No, we have a rainbow. And
Yeah.
I have like 3 of these full of shawls.
That's cool.
That's a good idea. I like it. So that was your tip. Storage tip.
And then you can see them all.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll remind you to wear
Reminder
them.
to wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good actually. What else? I know we had a giveaway for that Yoga of Yarn book we announced 2 episodes ago.
We did.
And the winner has still not contacted us, so we're going to announce her one more time, and then if she doesn't get in contact with us by the next time we podcast, we'll pick someone else. So the winner was Holly Arnold, and it was from YouTube comments.
Yes,
correct?
it was. Uh-huh.
So, and that's for the Yoga of Yarn book that's by Liza Laird. So, just wanted to mention that.
Yes.
What else? I have a book review. My little sweet mom is so funny. She said
She's
to me,
the best.
she's so funny. And last time I left the book review at home, and I didn't have the heart to tell
Because
her.
it was in the Yoga of Yarn
Yeah.
book, and she forgot the book, but I had mine to show
Yeah.
at the last.
So my mom says to me as I'm up working today, before I came over, she said, "Oh, I left you 2 book reviews on the counter." I said, "Oh, okay, thanks, Mom." She goes, "Oh, well, you don't have to use them if you don't want, but I just thought in case you don't have a lot of knitting content."
Because she knows you haven't been knitting.
I know. I'm like, thanks. So anyway, I'll just give you a couple of them. So this one was called The Venice Sketchbook by Rise Brown. And she says it's about love and secrets colliding in Venice during World War II. Caroline Grant is struggling to accept the end of her marriage when she receives a note that her great aunt has passed away and has left her a sketchbook and 3 keys. She has to go to Venice to scatter her ashes and unlock the secrets stored away for more than 60 years.
Wow.
So she said that was pretty good and kept her attention. And then I'll give you one more.
No, you can do them both.
Okay, I'll do them both. Well, I'll save
Thank
that
you,
one 'cause
Nancy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the other one's called The 620 Man by David Baldacci.
Oh, I have to interrupt here because the person who narrates that for Audible
Yeah?
is my favorite narrator
Oh.
ever. His name is Zachary Weber. So if you do Audible, 620 Man, he has the best voice on the planet. I've already listened.
Nice.
I've listened to this.
Did
whole
you like
book.
it?
Yeah, I listened to it
Okay.
the day it came out.
Nice. Okay. So she says the book features Travis Devine, an analyst at an investment firm who takes the 620 train into Manhattan every morning. After his coworker is found dead, he gets caught up in a world of corruption. Kind of sounds like our world today. Sorry.
No politics.
and finds himself marked for murder.
He
So
does.
She said
It was
that was
a
really
great
good.
book, but it's also David Baldacci. So
Yeah.
David Baldacci makes every book great. So
Okay, and then the last one, which also has a funny story to it, but it's called The Angels of the Pacific by Elise Hooper. And it's a story inspired by World War II's Army and Navy nurses known as Angels of Bataan?
Don't ask me. I can't.
It takes place during the Japanese occupation of the Philippines. The nurses serve on the front lines while they are captured as prisoners of war and held behind the stone walls of Manila's Santo Tomas internment camp. Ooh, that sounds awful. A novel of bravery, perseverance, and victory. Okay, this is the one. I think she told me there's something about sunflowers in. And so the other day she woke up, she said, I didn't sleep last night at all. I had nightmares. And I said, well, about what? And she said, the sunflowers were attacking me. I'm like, what? Sunflowers? And she said, yeah, these giant sunflowers were attacking me and they just came right over my bed and attacked me. And she said, I actually woke up screaming. That's what woke me up. And I sat up in bed and I'm like, why are you dreaming about sunflowers? She goes, oh, they're in my book. It's like, oh my gosh, Mom.
Read at your own leisurely if you want to,
I think that's the
have
book
nightmares.
with sunflowers in it. But I'm not 100% sure. But oh my gosh, we cracked up over that.
That's kind of cute. It's
I
funny what our
It is
subconscious
funny.
dreams of.
I know, right? It's
I
very
finished
funny.
an audiobook. It's called 15 Seconds. And then they were picking on me like, oh, you read for 15 seconds. Good job,
Well, no,
Melissa."
she said before we started podcasting, she said, I read 15 seconds. And I'm like, is that an accomplishment? I mean, I could read for 20.
Is that a text
Text message is probably not even 15 seconds. She's like, no, that was the book.
It was pretty good. It was like a thriller where it just kept you going. And
That's
so
good.
when I get into thrillers or even like TV shows that are thrillers, I'll like sit there and like Google what happened. And like, it's funny. I didn't do it this time. I wanted to actually read it and see what
Yeah.
happened. So it was really good too.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, moving along. Any stash enhancements?
I have a
Wait. I have 0 goose egg, no stash enhancements.
Yay!
Good
We're
job.
so proud of you.
Well done.
I don't know. I feel kind of like I let everyone down. But
Maybe I'll make up for it next time.
I bought a bunch of fabric for my quilting because we went to a quilting retreat this past weekend, like Melissa said, and so I had to get some fabric for that. And that's kind of sewing has been all I've been doing for the past month, pretty much.
It's nice
so.
to switch it up, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm starting, and plus because it was so hot, I just like knitting just wasn't. My mojo kind of went away, but now it's starting to come back. I'm like looking at the patterns. And
Please, I'm knitting like 20 blankets.
I know. And I just got the Andrea Mowry Rhinebeck sweater. I think it's called Alpenglow or Alpenglow, and that sweater is so pretty. So I think I'm going to make that. I bought that pattern. So my like attention is starting to reel back to knitting. So I should have some good
Maybe
content next time.
The changing season.
I think so. Yeah. Sometimes in summer I like want to knit heavy stuff for some odd reason, but this summer I just was like, no. And plus my thumb was really bothering me. So
Sure.
now that it's feeling better.
Well, I have a bag.
Oh, yeah.
I know Melissa has some, and I waited to open this. This was in a plastic wrap, but our beautiful Elizabeth made this, and I just wanted to show you the gorgeous packaging. She has it all nice and packaged. The little.
You might have to cut that because I think I knotted it.
Oh, did you?
Underneath the button, I knotted it, I think.
Oh, great. I'm just going to slide it
Slide
off.
it off. That's fine.
Way to be extra.
So I know I showed my last Elizabeth bag at the last podcast, but then she actually opened her shop. This is the last one I got. Then she actually opened her shop, and I had to be her first customer.
Yeah, my phone dings that I had a sale and I look and it's Carrie. I'm like, Carrie!
And I love it. Look how pink it is.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
I sold a lot of the pink ones. I think I kept making them. I'm out of the fabric now. I went and got more and now I can't find it.
Oh,
But
no.
yeah, I mean, I used it all and I
Oh.
can't find it to buy again.
Oh,
So I only have
okay.
one more in the shop, one more pink one.
See, this was even
Actually, I only have one more big one.
pink number 1.
Ooh.
I found a
the
better
first
way
sale.
to list them now. I'm getting a little better at Etsy after a little experience. But
So anyway, I wanted to share that bag. So
yeah.
I'm sorry if that crinkled next to the microphone.
After our last podcast, I'm like, I haven't been to Yarnivore in forever, and that's a local yarn shop in San Antonio. So I was just walking around, and I'm like, I wonder how this yarn would knit up. This is Cameron in Gusto Wool. It just looked really interesting.
It's very pretty.
very
I love
pretty.
the speckles.
I've never even heard of that yarn. Is it new? Is
I'm
it
not
indie
sure.
dye?
I have to look it up. There's
commercial?
not very much information about it on Ravelry. Like, not many
Where's the
people have
tag?
it.
It actually has a SKU, so it actually looks like it's
And it's
commercial.
hand dyed,
Oh.
sock weight,
Oh.
80 merino wool, 20 nylon, 435 yards per 100 grams.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
I
pretty.
love those pops.
I didn't
of
know. I
color.
thought maybe it might be a cool pooling project.
Oh,
or
nice.
who knows?
Yeah.
But I just thought it was different. Something that I don't really have in my stash. That type
It's
of
made
yarn.
in Turkey.
I think a lot of yarn is dyed in Turkey,
Yeah.
but I could be wrong.
Or even the yarn might be made in Turkey
I had
and
a
then
sad
dyed here.
story. Not super sad, but sad for me. So, I've made some socks out of that yarn bee yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I wasn't sure how good it was, but it knits up nice and it's soft and everything, and I like the socks it makes. But I blew through 2 socks, and they were both out of that yarn. It's been a year, so it's not that bad for the price point. I got a year's, use out of them.
So they
but
got like
I've never
holes?
blown through any of the other yarn brands because it doesn't have any nylon, so that's the reason I think. And I was wearing them with my Birkenstocks, and it was in the pad of the foot where it wore out. And I think how in the Birkenstocks it has that little hump that your foot
does.
grabs to.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe that was wearing it.
The only yarn I've ever put a hole through is that
Expensive
Noro,
yarn?
that expensive Noro one. But I darned it right up.
Yeah.
But I was wearing them every day last winter.
Yeah.
So last winter it was, it's a nice,
Yeah.
warm, soft, has
Those
silk
socks
in
are
it,
so nice.
and I was wearing them like every day around the house.
So I just wanted to say that because I knew that I was knitting it up as kind of trial. But like I said, it's a good price point. If I got a year's wear out of them, and it was, I think I got 2 pair of socks out of that $10 skein of yarn.
Exactly.
So I mean, really, a commercial sock would do the same thing. So
right.
anyway,
Let's just take a
wanted to say
minute.
that.
Of silence.
To mourn my socks.
mourn your socks.
But it's okay because, so I have 2 single socks now because I couldn't really repair them. So I have 2 single socks. So we went to the knitting retreat, and our friend Jennifer, she always sews with 1 sock on. Mm-hmm. Like if she's got sandals on, she'll put a sock on her foot because she doesn't like her barefoot on the foot pedal. I don't like my barefoot on the foot pedal either of my machine. So I'm like, now I have sewing socks.
There you go. Problem solved.
Yes. So we don't have to mourn that much.
Okay.
Okay, back to your stash enhancement. Sorry, hijacked you.
This is month 15, sport weight of my Suburban Stitcher gradient. This is Lavender Rose. These are not on Ravel. I haven't posted any of these on my Ravelry.
But you will by the time.
They will by the time I do my notes because I usually send them a text message.
It's a good reminder.
Such and such is not on Ravelry.
She's like, hey, losers, get your stash in
I
there.
have never said that once.
You're bringing us down. Carrie's so mean.
She's ruthless.
Yes. Such a ruthless notes maker.
I keep
notes
on
maker.
thinking that I should cancel it, but I can't because it's
That
too
one
pretty.
is really pretty.
It's very pretty.
I would love a sweater out of that. Maybe she's going to be at DFW. I wonder if she'll have. Well, no, because it's a special color, right?
I'm sure she'll like bring it back. And then
Oh,
we can
yeah,
order
yeah. To
a
catch up or
sweater.
whatever. Because it's so pretty.
So
Nice.
that's what I have. Not too bad.
No, that was good. Good job, ladies. All right. I just brought a couple things to show you what else I was working on. So for bags, in case anyone's interested in what's coming. Excuse me. So I also, in addition to the big bags, I came out with some drawstring bags. So these are in the shop right now. These are they're small. They have they hold a shawl size, like 4 to 6 skeins probably.
They're super cute.
They have a pocket
adorable.
inside and a ring. So this one is yellow and white and navy, and then this is your mom bought this one.
Did she?
One of these, yeah.
Aw, I didn't know that.
Just like a wildflower one, yeah.
I love the new painting. Is that
And
a
then-
llama? Or
Yeah. So then also, this is a new bag. These are not in the shop yet, but they are coming soon. This is a mushroom house with a little
So
hedgehog. And then my niece made some stitch markers, and so I don't know, these will probably go in there too, but some of them are a little large, but they don't weigh that much, but they're really cute. There's little gnomes and mushrooms, and I think there's a little sheep here too, a little tiny sheep. So she made these out of Fimo clay. So anyway, those will be coming to the shop soon. And then another design I came up with. So yeah, this is the other thing. I started doing these bags, and then all of a sudden this whole like fountain of creativity for other things started coming out. And so like that came out. And I texted Carrie and Melissa. I'm like, this stuff is just coming out of my head. And like I'm just painting. It's so weird because I have zero artistic ability, which is so
that
funny.
would be a lot.
that would be a huge llama.
I always thought I had zero artistic ability. So, and then this is my little llama or alpaca
That is the
that I'm working with.
cutest
so
llama.
sweet.
So I'm working on him. He's not in a bag yet, but I have 2 designs that he's going to go into that I'm thinking of. So
Yay.
new stuff coming. So I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm going to continue on, even after funding my niece's trip.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, just as, just kind of spare time type stuff. Not
Sure,
small
sure.
scale, not huge. I'm not going to quit my job or anything like that.
Sure.
No matter how much you want to.
Yeah.
You might want to.
Man, it's been worse. Supply chain stuff is so bad right now. In fact, on the way over here, I lost a brand new OEM, which is a customer that builds things on a repetitive basis. Brand new customer. They had to go another direction because we can't deliver. So it's hard as a salesperson. You're doing your job, and then we can't deliver product, and there's nothing you can tell them. I mean, they got to do what they got to do.
Of course.
So it's tough. Not pleasant waking up, going to work some days.
Right.
But
And the market has definitely shifted.
yeah,
in
the real estate. Yeah.
Definitely, things have shifted. But I'm still have a really good friend who works for 21st Mortgage, and she goes and she has a tough job of going and foreclosing on manufactured homes. So she lets
really
me
tough.
list the ones that are actually considered real property, because I know manufactured homes, if they're not attached to the land, are considered personal property.
Oh,
So
interesting.
just so you know.
Yeah, we talked about insurance last time.
Yes.
Now you're learning about real estate.
I have a friend that has a manufactured home, and he says that makes it really hard because you can't do like a refinance and HELOCs and stuff because it's not considered, I guess,
Real
however
property.
you say it, with
Really,
real
yeah.
property versus personal property or whatever. He says, I just don't. He says I don't get the same things that anybody else who has a house gets.
Wow.
You know, he goes, I pay a lot for this, manufactured home. You know, and it'd be nice to pull some equity out of what I have and fix up the land and do some skirting and, I'm just going to add some grass and stuff. But, yeah.
Usually these ones, they get repoed before I get them, so they're all fixed up and with the skirting and everything. So I'm lucky with that.
That's good.
That's good.
And then I list them, but they're all over. Like I have one in Gonzales and LaGrange, and I have one coming up in Divine, which is actually on the way to a fiber mill. So that
You might have to use the restroom.
Yeah. Just drink a lot of water on the way. You'll be good. Have to use the bathroom. Yep.
Okay.
That's my tip.
Okay. But I walked into that one because supposedly it was going to be done and we're going to do pictures. And I walked in and the water was running in the tub and there's no carpet. And I'm like, we're going to do pictures in like 20 minutes. And I had to call the photographer and be like, I can't. This is It's so bad.
No.
And the water bill is under my name because that's what you have to do for bank owned. So it's learning. I'm super grateful for all the opportunity that I've been given, but it's not.
It's a learning
it's
experience.
not easy.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound easy.
So.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy times we live in.
A little bit. So, but I think interest rates are starting to like settle out a little bit. They're starting to kind of
Let's hope.
go down
Let's
a little
hope.
bit.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
I hear the Fed might raise again by the end of the year, but I don't know. It's crazy.
Yep.
Prices are out of control. Inflation, although it didn't increase. I think they said it didn't. Oh, the consumer price increase didn't go up in July, just flatlined. But we're flatlined at a very high inflation rate, so it doesn't.
Sure.
It's not really great news. But and they're just where I know a lot of the economists that I follow are worried that that's indication that we're actually heading into depression. So let's just pray that we don't get there, that we get all this turned around.
Sure.
So I know they passed the CHIPS bill and all that stuff, which is also another reason my job is going bonkers, because Austin is a huge semiconductor market, and we have fabs going in. Samsung's building, Infineon is expanding, GI is expanding and building new fabs. It's crazy. It's crazy, really crazy. So, but hopefully we can get it back on track as a country. Actually, it's the whole world. The whole world's struggling. It's
True.
It's bad. And then I always worry because I know like the war with Ukraine and Russia, with the fuel, concerns in Europe with, we want fall to come, but then you think winter is going to hit them, and what are they going to be experiencing? And I know my dentist is from Romania, and her mother still lives there. And she's very, very concerned. The Romanians are really hurting right now. They're taking in a lot of the Ukrainian people that have fled the country, the refugees, and then dealing with food shortages and fuel shortages.
Sure.
And she says they're very stressed. Plus, they're physically close.
Sure.
So very, very worried.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. All right. Well, let's get back to happiness.
I was gonna say something about Allie and her
Oh,
husband,
yes,
but I
yes.
didn't. Now that's not. I guess he's on the mend.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Allie from Savvy Skeins, who's the dyer behind Savvy Skeins, there's a GoFundMe page set up. Her husband's been dealing with autoimmune issues. Do you want to tell it? I don't know.
You can.
Okay. He's been, sorry, I just started talking.
They're trying to get to a specific hospital, university.
Yeah, so yesterday, I think it was yesterday she posted, or the day before, but he has suddenly taken a turn for the better, which is really good. And they think now, he got transferred to Northeastern Baptist in San Antonio. So he was in New Braunfels at a small hospital. And they put him on some different medications, and he's off the ventilators, and he seems to be doing a lot better. His brain, because he was having a lot of brain fog, almost like a person with dementia. Like he would have a good brain for a little while, and then within hours it just declines. But the post that I saw last said that he was doing much, much better, and they were hopeful that he may not even need to go to University Hospital, which is good, and that he might soon get to go home and maybe work remotely, which would be good. So that would be good insurance.
Yes.
But if you have any, even $5, $2, every little bit helps. If you go onto the Farm to Needle and Unraveled, they both linked up to the GoFundMe page. And we
Their
can probably
Instagram.
we might be able to put a link. Can
I
you
could
do that,
probably add
Rachel?
it to the show notes.
Yeah.
Once I find the link. Yeah.
So, because I know that there are medical bills. It's been going on for months. He had a bad case of COVID. So, but this isn't supposedly not COVID related. But I don't know.
They think I heard it was something possibly like it's autoimmune, possibly lupus, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's what they're. That's what they're. I think they believe that it's.
Yeah, and lupus is such a finicky autoimmune. Is. Every case is so different. So.
But what's really interesting is COVID may not have caused it, or it may not be related to COVID exactly, but I know COVID is causing a lot of autoimmune issues in people, so it could have triggered
once you
it.
have COVID,
or the vaccine could have triggered it.
And then you catch something afterwards, your body just can't respond as well as it could before.
I don't know. But anyway, so it's good, really good news though that he's doing better.
It
so
is.
we're
And
keeping
hopefully
him.
he can go home soon.
Keeping him and Allie in our prayers. She's a good friend and a wonderful member of the fiber community.
She is.
So, anyway, what else? Anything else?
I got new shelves.
Did you see it?
It's like this long story. So my husband's like really into buying silver as like an investment because silver fluctuates differently than, dollars. So he and I had this agreement where he was going to spend so much on silver, and I told him, you can, but I want shelves. And then like 6 months he got his silver, and then 6 months go by, no shelves.
No shelves.
And we got into like this really big fight about it. Like it's like, I don't want to spend that much money on shelves, and I'm like, well I didn't want to spend that money on silver. Like anytime you say we're gonna do anything now, like I can't trust you. Like no more bets. We're done. It was awful but funny when you look back at it. Like, because I don't trust you anymore with bets. Anyways, he got all mad and found someone to do it, and they did an awesome job, and they did it really fast.
They look really nice.
They look very nice.
So now I trust him again.
Yay!
I invest in silver too, so
Yeah.
I'm interested to know what he's investing in.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't invest
Oh
in
my
silver.
gosh, he found these. Any excuse quote. My son's like really into video games. Oh yeah, Crete's back there snoring. Video games and Monopoly and stuff like that. And he found someone who was making little silver Monopoly
Oh wow!
Mario Kart silver. Like,
Oh my goodness.
so he's been buying it for my son too, for our
Wow.
son too.
It's kind of cool.
It's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, silver is supposed to go way up. It's used in manufacturing.
Oh.
So,
Go buy your silver and your
Go.
yarn.
not that I'm a financial analyst or anything, but
Yeah, I know.
stock market is crap right now. So if you want to diversify, silver's a good metals. Metals are good.
I think also shelving is good.
Shelving for your junk.
Well, he bought, like, if you can see in that corner, he's like into buying these Remington statues
Yeah.
as well. And I'm like, I'm tired of them sitting on my bookends. Like, we need someplace to put them.
They look nice on the shelves.
Yeah.
They do.
So
They
he
really
likes
nice.
buying things on auction and
That's
stuff like
good.
that. So
Well, that's cool.
Good.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's coming up on 50 some minutes, almost an hour.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Have a great week.
Yeah. We're looking
Happy Labor Day, because I don't think we're going to record before then.
Yeah, and if we're planning, I know you're planning to go to DFW. That's in September, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so probably maybe, well, we might podcast before then, but start thinking about DFW. Pretty sure I'm gonna be able to go too. So, just around the marketplace. I'm not taking any classes or anything. I don't
Me
know if you're
either.
planning to go or not.
I'm not
Okay.
sure, but I would
Okay.
like to go when Pia is
coming in in
Pia's coming in
October.
October,
Yes.
and I'd like to go
Yes.
visit with her.
That would be fun.
So,
yeah.
anyway, guess that's it. So,
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
thanks for joining us. If you don't
Oh,
mind,
wait. It'll be our 2-year pod
Oh,
anniversary
that's
on the
right.
14th.
Happy
That's
anniversary!
right. Happy
Yeah.
anniversary to us.
2 years. That's crazy.
2 years.
It's gone by really
29
fast.
episodes. That's 15 episodes a year.
That's pretty
not
good.
bad.
That's pretty
I wish we
good.
could do it more often, but it's just so hard with 3 schedules, 3
And we're
workers,
so
3
different.
schedules.
We have about an hour.
And it doesn't help that I live out an hour away, over an hour away, hour and a
Yeah.
half away.
We're at Melissa's the most because she's the more
Center,
central. So.
yeah, kind of the central.
It's an excuse to clean my house.
Which we always tell her, don't clean, don't
Yeah,
worry
you
about
don't need
it.
to clean for me.
As long as what's behind us is
Yeah.
clean, we're good.
Yeah.
But her house is beautiful.
It
Oh,
is.
thank
It's
you.
very
So, anyway, so yeah, if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up. We're still growing the channel. I think we're at like 630 some viewers or
That's awesome.
subscribers now.
Yep.
So make sure you're subscribed if you're not, if you don't mind. It helps us to grow.
does.
And I guess
Yeah, we
that's
appreciate it because we have a lot of fun here, and
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's always a good time when we get
And
together.
hopefully our sound is better. We tested the mic beforehand.
We did.
So hopefully it's
We checked the volume.
working
and
well.
everything.
Okay. And enjoy your knitting. Cooler weather's coming.
It's fall
If
is
you're
coming.
in Texas.
It's gonna be here soon.
Just keep thinking about it. And
Rain and colder weather. That's
rain and
what we
colder
need.
weather. Yeah.
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 Oops, Sam, sorry.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Thanks. Happy
Bye.
knitting. Bye bye.